All right, welcome back, guys. Duplessis versus Chimaev is here. I got an almond croissant. We're gonna absolutely muck this. It's a beautiful morning. This is going to be a chiller breakdown of all the fights. Really good fight card. I'm excited. I'm really excited. We haven't had a good fight card like this in a while. Obviously, lots of fight nights have been kind of dog water, and yeah, it should be really good. We have like the finale from Tough and everything like that, which if you guys have been following along, actually been a pretty good Tough. I actually really like DC and Chaels. Obviously, like their dynamics good, but both their coaching styles are good. I like DC, how like invested he is in the fighters and how pissed off he gets when they don't go forward, bro. He's like, go forward, you can't win a fight going backwards. Because honestly, that's how I feel when I watch most of these guys fight in the UFC, and I'm just like, brother, go the fuck forward. What are you doing? First fight of the night, we're going to go through the bottom of the card all the way up to the top. There's timestamps if you guys want to go skip ahead to certain fighters. Obviously, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. We're on our way to 300. And yeah, we're at 69,000 on the ski channel, the actual ski channel. But anyways, Alibi Idris versus Joseph Morales. Both these guys looked really, really good on the Contender series, on Tough. This is the Tough finale for flyweights. I don't know how they don't have a picture for Alibi. Like, again, they just signed this massive deal where they're worth $7.7 billion over the next 7 years. Like, you can just get a picture of somebody that hasn't already gone to the UFC to get their picture taken yet. Like, use the pictures from Tough or something. I don't know, but it shouldn't just be black, especially on the website. I know it's just like his first fight in the UFC, but it's not really. Like, he did a bunch on Tough, and even if it is your first fight in the UFC, just go take a picture of the dude. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, Alibi's 11-0 versus Joseph Morales, who is 13-2. Crazy that Joseph Morales, not crazy that he got cut from the UFC. I know he got cut from the UFC, but a record of 13-2 is pretty good. Like, that's pretty good. I don't know if his only 2 losses were in the UFC. I'll have to actually look that up. But I guess if he went 1-2 in the UFC, then you would get cut. So, but he's looked good on the Tough season. He's looked good in some other fights. He's very well rounded. He's not exceptional anywhere, but he is a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. I think what he lacks is a little bit of athletic ability, a little bit of natural talent, and I know he's got like grit and determination, but I don't know if it's as much as somebody like Alibi. So there are some interesting things going into this fight. Do I think that Joseph Morales probably is the better, well-rounded fighter? Yes. His last fight against the really short dude from Mexico was a close fight. He definitely, like, not that he got lucky winning that fight, but it was a very close fight, and he had to work super, super hard for that. So he's definitely going to be, they're both 5'6", but I think Alibi's probably taller than him, at least watching Tough. They're both going to be like going back and forth, but I think he's going to be probably a little bit stronger than Alibi. But I could see Alibi's like really shredded, and he is in good shape. So I could see him being like able to deal with Joseph in like the, just the strength department, the like cage grappling, stuff like that. I think Alibi, like, I don't think he's a better wrestler. I don't think he's the better grappler. He's equally as good as Joseph Morales, but I think he's probably a little bit more vicious than Joseph Morales in these positions, so he might get away with some stuff there and win positions. I think he's going to go for it. Like, let's say Joseph Morales shoots a takedown, he shoots it like 95%. Alibi's going to shoot with 100% of everything he got. So it's kind of like Khamzat, who just like, he puts 100% into a takedown or something like that. I think Alibi's similar on that page. He fights a lot like an Azat Maxim or somebody else that we have seen like that, or Tagir Ulanbekov that we see in like the higher levels of UFC flyweight. And he's very good. His striking is very good. He has a lot of creativity in striking. He looks for a bunch of vicious shots, as we talked about earlier, like knees, elbows, stuff like that. He's creative. He pushes the pace. He comes forward. I'm not worried about his cardio. I think he should be able to get it done against Joseph Morales. I think it'll be decision, because he's not like that much better than Joseph Morales to finish him, I don't think. But I do think he's going to give Joseph Morales a lot of problems. So I'm going to go with Alibi to win this by decision. Should be a good fight. I think it should be a good fight. Karine Silva versus Diona Barboza. I really haven't watched either of these two chicks fight, but I'm going to go with Diona Barboza because she looks absolutely fucking yoked. They both look kind of yoked, but yeah. I really haven't watched a lot of these. I haven't watched either of these girls' fights. You can call me a casual, but I'm not doing research for this fight card. Karine Silva is number 11, though. But I believe Diona Barboza is on the come up. So I'm going to go with Diona Barboza, but I wouldn't put too much stock into that one. Brian Battle versus Nursultan Rozabayev. This is a good fight. This is kind of what I mean. Like, this fight card is like, I know it's a big fight card, but it's kind of stacked top to bottom, which is really cool to see. Like, there's like, even like, not necessarily the casuals are going to know like these two guys. Obviously, it's going to be a good fight. But like, as MMA fans, like, we know like, and we're interested in both of these guys' careers moving forward. And this is the third fight of the night, right? And obviously, we have the tough finale. We have a random chick fight, but it's a ranked chick fight, so that's good. Brian Battle versus Rozabayev is going to be a good fight. I think it's a tough one for Battle to win because he is going to be like, I don't want to say the smaller guy because he's coming down, but like, he's definitely not as tall as Rozabayev, obviously. Like, 6'5", which is huge for the division. He's kind of got like this, Brian Battle's kind of got like this fat man strength, I guess. Like, you know, where you were big before and then like, you know, your bones are just so dense from carrying around 1,000,000+ pounds for the last 10 years. Do I think he's going to be stronger than Rozabayev? Maybe a little bit, but not by much. It's going to be tough. I do think he's probably the better striker. I do think he has better output than Rozabayev. Rozabayev likes to, you know, strike on the back foot and stuff like that a little bit and keep his distance, which Brian Battle is usually good at, closing the distance, getting into like these gritty striking, you know, / clinch work kind of fights. And it's always an interesting fight. And I think he's going to be able to do that against Rozabayev. He's going to have a little bit harder time because he's pretty good on the back foot, like keeping distance and looking for shots. And the one thing about Rozabayev is when he does, like, you know, he's not afraid to get in like a dirty fight, like in close with somebody as well, which could cause problems for Brian Battle. But I think Brian's going to just, I don't want to say overwhelm him, just outwork him. I don't think either of these guys are really going to like, Rozabayev's going to have a hard time like KOing Brian Battle or like, you know, doing something like that, I think. And I think vice versa for Brian Battle. He doesn't really have like these big one shot like KO or like damaging shots. Like, he'll hit you with an elbow or something and maybe like just his pace will wear on you and then he can get a TKO that way. But I think for the most part, Rozabayev should be able to make it through this fight. I just think Brian Battle's going to outpoint him. Like not outpoint him, just outthrow him, land him like 2-1. He's just gonna do more. And he's going to come forward. He's going to be pressuring the action, so it's going to be a lot of optics. Kind of like the Randy Brown fight, right? He's throwing a lot of output. He's coming forward. He's the one that's engaging in the clinch, and you're the one that's like, you know, defending it. It's like he's just going to be a little bit ahead on the scorecards. But I think it should be an entertaining fight. Edson Barboza is back versus Jakar Klaus. Edson Barboza is a monster, dude. This guy is shredded for however old he is now. He's got to be like 40, I think. Striking is really good. He's a really, really stiff dude. Like, his striking is just, maybe his striking is so good because he's so stiff that everything's just like ready to whip. We all know him as an excellent striker. He's gonna be like light years ahead of Jakar Klaus in the striking, and he's very good at finding shots that hurt you, and he's good at finishing you with those shots as well. So I do think that like high possibility that Edson Barboza comes out and just puts it on Jakar Klaus and ends up finishing him. Very possible. Do I see it happening? Like, easily? Like, am I going to be like 100% it's going to happen? No, absolutely not. Jakar Klaus is pretty good. Like, he's not a bad fighter at all. And he definitely is going to have a grappling advantage in this fight, by a lot. The question is he going to be able to take down Edson Barboza and control him? I don't think so. Like, not enough to win a fight. Edson Barboza's takedown defense is pretty good. His grappling is pretty good. He's been doing this his whole life, like, mainly working on defending takedowns and stuff because the striking is so good. I think age-wise and stuff like that, Edson's been out for like a year, so maybe a bit longer. He's definitely going to be a little bit like slowed down probably, but I think he's still like a higher level fighter than Jakar Klaus by quite a bit, and he should be able to get a win. I think also part of the reason Jakar Klaus is not going to be like just Hail Marying, throwing shots out there, trying to take down Edson Barboza is because he's going to be worried about like big shots when he goes to enter into takedowns, like knees and stuff like that. So I think we're going to see Jakar Klaus actually be a little bit hesitant and try to time like the perfect timing for a takedown, and it's probably just going to work against him where he's like losing rounds because of damage and getting outlanded, and then maybe gets a bit of control time. But I don't think he's going to finish Edson Barboza grappling, and I don't think he's going to be able to just rob him at all. So I'm going to go with Edson Barboza to win this fight, and I'm going to go by TKO. And let's go second round. I think if it gets in the third round, it's going to start to favor Jakar Klaus, but we'll see. Chase Hooper versus Alexander Hernandez. Another really good fight. Another, like, again, pretty big name fight. Like, not massive name fight, but you know what I mean. Really stoked, like, to watch this fight as well. Like, the card is good. The card is really good. Chase Hooper versus this mini fridge of a tank, Alexander Hernandez, the great ape. Dude, Alexander Hernandez is going to be significantly stronger than Chase Hooper. Like, significantly stronger than Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper's striking is like, you know, he's like, it's improved. And we have seen it improve in his last couple fights. It's not that good. It's good, but it's not like, it's not that good. It's not good enough to, like, I think Alexander Hernandez is going to have, like, an advantage probably in the stand-up against Chase Hooper. Mainly just because, like, even if Chase Hooper's striking is a little bit better and he's hitting him more often or cleaner shots, which I don't really think is going to happen anyways, Chase Hooper stuff is very karate-like, very flicky, very, like, touchy. He doesn't have a thud on it. A lot of his shots, like, he doesn't really throw shots that are, like, going to, like, rock you or put you out. It's a lot of, like, these karate kicks or whatever you want to call it. Taekwondo-style kicks, for the most part, they're, like, more slapping. They're not, like, a full, like, roundhouse shin to the head. It's more like a slap foot to the face, and, like, it looks like it has a good effect or, like, looks like, whoa, that was crazy, but it doesn't really, like, you know, it's not going to rock you. And I think that's where Alexander Hernandez is probably going to be in this fight, where he's going to be like, okay, this kid is not really going to be able to hurt me in the stand-up, and I'm going to start to pressure him because I'm not necessarily worried about getting hurt by him, which is going to be a problem for Chase Hooper if that happens. Grappling-wise, I think it's going to be like Chase Hooper's going to have the technical advantage of grappling, but Alexander Hernandez is still very, very, very good grappler, and he's going to be, in my opinion, the stronger, significantly stronger person in this fight. So I'm going to go with Alexander Hernandez to win this fight. I would say another decision. It's a tough fight, but Alexander Hernandez is good, and I think he's going to be, like, a little bit too well-rounded and a little bit too just strong for Chase Hooper. But I've been wrong about that before. Chase Hooper has done very well against other, you know, more physically imposing fighters. I just don't think this one is going to be his. But he has been on a good win streak lately, and he has been looking, like, very well improved. And his striking isn't bad. So we'll see. But I'm going to go with Alexander Hernandez to win this fight. Lupe Gordinas versus Jessica Andrade. You guys know I always pick Jessica Andrade on this channel, and I always get absolutely bumba-clapped for it. Lupe Gordinas' face just annoys me for the most part, so I can't pick her. So I'm going to pick Jessica Andrade again. But this one's at strawweight. So Jessica Andrade at strawweight. Again, she's always very small for the division, especially when she's fighting at 125. Strawweight, she's kind of a tang. So I think for the most part, she's going to be the more physically imposing girl, obviously. She hasn't looked good in her last couple fights, but she still is a good fight. Like, there's a time where she was one of the best fighters in the division, right? So Lupe Gordinas is on the come up, but I do think Jessica Andrade has still got that in her, and I think she probably will still, like, get the better of somebody like Lupe Gordinas. She's just gonna come forward and she's just gonna throw big shots. And we saw that happen in the last female fight with the chick that got, the Brazilian chick, Capoeira, that got KO'd. Maybe that happens to Jessica Andrade, but I really can't see Lupe Gordinas KOing her. Like, she doesn't have the power in her hands. She doesn't really have the combinations or technique to KO her like that. If anybody's going to hurt them and rock the other person, it's going to be Jessica Andrade. And her takedown defense, like, at 125 hasn't been amazing. But she's also fighting a lot bigger girls. Like, she's 5'1", so she's usually on the smaller end. I think she'll be able to stop Lupe Gordinas, like, takedown attempts or whatever, and she'll do just fine in the striking. At least, like, I don't think Lupe Gordinas is going to hurt her. She might outpoint her. I can see that. But I think at one point in this fight, Jessica Andrade is going to land, like, a big enough shot that's going to rock her, and then, like, she's going to kind of up the output and probably outperform her. Crawling underneath the desk. My girlfriend's going to the bathroom on the other side there. She's crawling underneath the desk. But I'm going to go with Jessica Andrade. I think Jessica Andrade is going to win. I actually got it. And I'm hoping she gets it, just like I hope Gerald Marchard gets a dub, bro. Gerald Marchard's like infinite third round life bar is gonna pop up in the third round somehow. He always just picks it up, dude. I don't understand this dude's mustache, this dude's frame, this dude in general, but I like him. I like Joe Marchard. I remember first watching his fight, I was like, who the fuck is this guy, brother? But he's growing on me. He's like got this unk status where he's the cool unk at the barbecue, and you're like, damn, like you kind of want to root for him. I think he's got a tough fight with Mikhail Ozaichick ahead of him, but I think he can do it. I think Marchard can do it. If it goes later into the rounds, like second, third round, like it's going to be hard for Ozaichick. I think he's going to start to pick it up. I think he's going to be a little bit better in the grappling, Gerald Marchard. But, I mean, there's a good chance that Gerald Marchard gets hit with a shot here and rocked. And the problem is, like, he's kind of a tricky customer. Like, he gets hit, and a lot of these times I'm like, oh, he's, like, going to get finished because he's rocked and he's got, like, whatever, Bo Nickel or whoever it is in front of him. Not Bo Nickel. Why am I thinking Bo Nickel? Anyways, he's got somebody in front of him that's rocked him. I'm thinking of Edmund Shabazian that's rocked him and, like, put him in danger, and then, like, you know, he's just somehow finds a way to win the fight. He's going to have to watch it. He's going to have to be careful in the striking department for sure against Ozaichick. And I think for the most part of grappling, he's going to be fine. So I'm going to go with Marchard. I think he can get it done. I think he's going to just vet Mikhail Ozaichick. He's got an insane amount of fights. He's got like 50 fights. That's crazy. That's like 50 fights. Wow. 37-19. That's a lot of experience. But I don't know. He hasn't really slowed down too much. Like he actually hasn't. He looks in great shape for his age, for his experience. He's got the mustache. The mustache is definitely going to help. But I think Gerald Marchard will get it done. I think he'll probably win the second and third round. He could submit him. I don't know if I see it happening, but we'll throw a saucy pick out here. We'll go Gerald Marchard by submission. But that's we're throwing like a half court there. Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura. Good fight. Honestly, most of these fights are good. Tim Elliott literally looks like he crawled out of the fucking trailer park, bro. Off the fence out the trailer park versus this Asian like superstar. Kai Asakura is really good. His grappling is still pretty good. He got mauled by Pantoja. It happened. But Tim Elliott is also very good too. He's awkward MMA. But I think Kai Asakura, for the most part, like he has a huge advantage in the striking against Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott's striking is not bad, but Kai Asakura's striking is a lot better, and he will hurt Tim Elliott at some point in this fight. I don't think Tim Elliott has the takedown entries and stuff like that to, bring this fight to the ground and do well against Kai Asakura. He is good on the ground, but a lot of the stuff he does is like, counter wrestling and stuff like that, which is why he does super well against other fighters like Pantoja or whoever else. Like he's got good counter grappling, but he's not going to shoot like takedowns on Kai Asakura that are going to be effective. I don't think so. It's probably going to end up on the feet, and I think on the feet, Kai Asakura is gonna fuck him up. So I'm gonna go with Kai Asakura in a round 1 at KO. In my opinion, round 1, round 2 KO. But Kai Asakura comes out fast and he tries to hurt you. So good chance he puts Tim Elliott away. We'll see. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. I mean, it's a big jump from like Pantoja to Tim Elliott, but we saw like Steve Erceg go from Steve Erceg got KO'd by Kai, and then he got another fight. So we'll take that back. Next fight is I clicked on Mr. Venom Page there. We got Jared Kinnear versus Michael Venom Page. This is a good fight. This is an entertaining, interesting fight. This card is really stacked, actually. I'm really excited to watch it. I hope you guys are excited to watch it. I think it's going to be a really, really fun fight card. Kinnear versus Page. Page is going up a weight class, which is going to be a little tough for him against a big physical guy like Kinnear. However, he is taller than Kinnear. He's not going to be stronger than Kinnear. But the problem is, Jared Kinnear waits a lot in his fights, and he often gets outpointed by waiting or trying to be too technical. It's going to be very easy for Venom Page to kind of implement that kind of game plan, especially in a 3-round fight. Like, he's got cardio, he's got enough time in the fight, and he's so evasive and so good at just springing in and out of distance how is Jared Cannonier going to get his hands on him? Like, if I was Jared Cannonier, I would just like, if I was in his position, I would just bum rush him. Like, I would just like run at him, like ready to bear hug him when you get close enough. Just sprint and just try to get a hold of him, because otherwise he's going to get pieced up on the outside by Michael Venom Page, and it's going to be Michael Venom Page like just staying out of the way of everything Jared Cannonier throws and darting in with 1 or 2 shots and very low output, and that's going to be the whole fight, because Venom Page can do that for the whole 3 rounds. Like, it's only 3 rounds. Jared Cannonier is not going to be able to just like cut off the octagon and close him down, because he's just too elusive, and Jared Cannonier doesn't fight very well like that. It's not like you want to go past? Okay, just run, just sprint. But Jared Cannonier is like, he's not this guy that's like very good at like walking you down and cutting you off. He's okay at it, but against a guy like Page, he's not going to be able to do it. So I think if Jared Cannonier doesn't really try to like force grappling / close distance like really, really hard, he's gonna have a tough time against Venom Page, because I think he can grapple him. I think he can do him in the clinch and stuff like that. Although Michael Page is pretty good, and I think obviously he's gonna be the stronger guy, so like he'll have an advantage there. But he's just gonna have a really, really hard time closing the distance, and I just don't see him being able to do that, which sucks because I want Jared Cannonier to win. I also like seeing Venom Page win as well, but it is what it is. It's a tough fight. You like both fighters. I'm going to go with Michael Page to win a decision. I don't think he's going to KO Jared Cannonier, finish the fight, but I also don't see how Jared Cannonier is going to get to Michael Page. Like, he's going to have such a hard time getting to him with the striking, and he's going to have such a hard time getting to him with the grappling, unless he really goes all in and just kind of like comes out like Chimaev and just puts it on him and closes the distance, like, no matter what. Like, not afraid to take a couple shots. I'm just going to close the distance. I'm just going to get my hands on you and try to grab you and slow you down. So we'll see what kind of game plan Jerry Kinnear comes out with, but I think Michael Page is going to win this fight. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Proctes. Dude, we got a legendary Carlos Proctes with the dirt Mexican stash. If you guys have been watching Embedded, he's got such a dirty stash. It's hilarious. Looks good on him, by the way. Tough fight for Jeff Neal. Tough fight for Carlos Proctes. Jeff Neal's striking is pretty good, and he is not, I was going to say well-rounded. He's pretty good at grappling, but this is not going to be a grappling fight at all. It's just the problem for me with this fight is, I know like 6'1" versus 5'11", it's not a huge reach disadvantage, but it is a real reach disadvantage. Like, Carlos Proctes fights very long. Jeff Neal doesn't fight very long. And he's going to have a hard, like, similar to the Michael Venom Page, he's going to have a hard time getting to Carlos Proctes. The thing about Jeff Neal that I think is good is, like, I think he's going to pressure a little bit more than somebody like Kinnear would. He's going to be closing the distance a little bit more than someone like Kinnear would. And he's going to have a lot of power to hurt Carlos Proctes if he does land. But Carlos Proctes, in my opinion, like, not that he's more elusive than or better at fighting at range than Michael Page, but he's just as good. He fights a little bit differently at range. Like, he's pressuring more. Michael Venom Page is more like back foot, dart in. But Carlos Proctes, I think, for the most part, is going to be able to keep Jeff Neal like moving backwards at range, which is going to be a big problem for Jeff Neal. So I think Jeff Neal is going to have a hard time winning this fight. It's just a tough fight for him to win, because striking wise, I think Carlos Proctes is the better striker. Like, in my opinion, I think he's just a little bit better than Jeff Neal, and it's going to be a striking battle, and he has the height advantage. So unless Jeff Neal throws caution to the wind and really like closes the distance to land big shots, he's going to have a hard time against Carlos Proctes. And it's like, you don't want to close distance recklessly against somebody like Carlos Proctes or Michael Page by any means, but like, either you have a really good game plan on how you're going to close that distance, or you just, at some point, you're just going to have to get reckless and hope you don't get hit with something. And if he closes distance and he lands a big shot, I could see him hurting Carlos Proctes, and I could see him like getting a win that way or getting a finish that way. But for the most part, I think he's going to have a hard time, and I think Carlos Proctes is going to be able to keep him at range. And Carlos Proctes is the better Muay Thai fighter. He's the better striker, in my opinion, and he's a little bit longer. So I'm going to go with Carlos Proctes. I think he will get a finish in this fight. Jeff Neal's tough, but I think Carlos Proctes can hurt him, whether it's to the head or to the body. And Carlos Proctes has got good finishing instincts. I know we didn't see that in the Gary fight, but he does. So I'm going to go with Carlos Proctes to get a win here. We got Aaron Pico versus Lerone Morphy. God damn it, I clicked on Aaron Pico again. I don't understand why the UFC cannot just put a picture for these guys, man. Like, they filmed the whole week of Embedded with Aaron Pico on here, and they just decided not to put a picture in. Tough fight for Aaron Pico, tough fight for Lerone Murphy, tough fight for both. The question is, we don't know how good Aaron Pico is. Like, obviously, we've seen him in other promotions and stuff like that. He's a very good fighter, but he's fighting a very, very good guy in Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy's, like, stature or, like, physique in this picture is crazy, dude. I'm going to put myself up here so I can look down on him. Bro's jacked. Lerone Murphy's really good. I don't understand why the bottom of the feed is so white. Lerone Murphy is very good. I think he's very skilled. He's 16-0. Like, it's a very good record. He's well-rounded. His striking is good. His grappling, his counter or grappling defense and stuff is good. It is a short notice fight, but like, you know, he's somebody that's like in the gym. He's active and he's ready for a fight like this. I'm gonna go with Lerone Murphy in this fight. I just think it's like Aaron Pico is just, it's like untested. Like, if I saw him have one fight in the UFC, even if it was against lower level talent and he just dominated, I'd be like, okay, like maybe I'll pick him for this fight. But I have no idea how he's going to show up. And we've seen a lot of like the guys from PFL Bellator that have come over in the last couple fights that have looked like shit. Like, Pitbull looked awful. So yeah, and then obviously, brother, why am I forgetting this dude's name? Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. Skeletor Apache mix that just literally walked like he had like 20 back surgeries and did nothing. They both looked awful. And these guys were getting glazed like Aaron Pico's been getting glazed. I think for the most part, Pico is like, he's going to have, not, I don't want to say a rude awakening. He's just fighting one of the best guys in this weight division. Is Lerone Murphy ranked? Lerone Murphy isn't even ranked. That's crazy. Lerone Murphy is one of the best guys in this division. So, like, he's one of the better guys, skill wise in the division, and he's going to be a problem for Aaron Pico. I think he's going to have, like, I think he's going to be the more technical fighter in the stand-up, Lerone Murphy. Grappling-wise, he might be at a little bit of a disadvantage, but I think he'll be able to stop the grappling from Aaron Pico. So I'm going to go with Lerone Murphy. I think he'll finish the fight. I don't think this fight's going to go to the distance. Whether Aaron Pico ends up on top in the grappling, I think he can do enough with ground and pound and damage, or like in the feet, like both of them can hurt each other. Stand up, I think Lerone Murphy probably has the better of it and probably can hurt Aaron Pico, but could go the other way. Like, Aaron Pico could land a nice shot and hurt Lerone Murphy. Both these guys have good finishing instincts, so like if they get the other one hurt, I think it's going to be a finish. So I'm going to say Lerone Murphy by second round TKO. We'll see how the fight goes. It'll be a good preview fight to see where Aaron Pico is at in the division. Oh, he is ranked. He's ranked 6. Yeah, why was I thinking he wasn't ranked? I'm sure he's ranked. But Aaron Pico, like, if he gets past Lerone Murphy, he's ready. Like, he's right up there for a title shot. If Lerone Murphy beats Aaron Pico and makes it look easy, then we might just be like, well, Aaron Pico's just not that good. So tough one for Lerone Murphy, but I think he'll win it. Main event, DDP versus Chimaev. What a great main event, honestly. Like, this is a really good main event. I kind of like, it's a tough one too, because like I kind of want to see Chimaev win a belt, but I really want to see DDP just do some goofy shit and win and keep going. And to be fair, this is a really tough fight to pick because DDP has looked very, very good in the last, like, in all of his fights. Skill-wise, output-wise, aggression-wise, physicality-wise, like, mindset-wise, he's looked very, very good. And he's beaten really high-level guys, right? Like, really high-level guys. He hasn't faced a wrestler of Chimaev's level, obviously. That's the big question. But his grappling is still good. His jiu-jitsu is still good. If it goes to the ground, where Chimaev will be able to win the fight, in my opinion, is not by trying to submit Duplessis, but by like landing big shots and damaging with ground and pound. It's tough. It's a tough one. I do think like anything past second round, obviously DDP is gonna have a big advantage. I do think that he's tough enough, gritty enough, and he has the cardio to survive like being on the ground with Chimaev for like 3 minutes or something like that. And I think after Chimaev gets a couple takedowns in the first round, second round, and he's not able to get DDP out of there, he's gonna like kind of go into this like, okay, I'm gonna strike with him version of like Chimaev, which he kind of did with the Usman and Gilbert Burns. And I think DDP has an advantage there. So I'm gonna go with DDP. I think he'll probably get. I don't think he can. 5-round fight though for Chimaev, like, brother, I don't know. Like if it gets dragged out like the Usman and the Gilbert fight for 5 rounds, I was gonna say I don't think he's gonna be able to finish Chimaev. But if it gets dragged out like that to the 5th round, bro, I don't know how Chimaev is gonna hold up in that 5th round, like with that amount of output. I think DDP will make it. I don't know if Chimaev will make it. So I'm gonna go bold here, and I'm gonna say a 4th round finish by DDP. TKO or something, just because it's like Chimaev is just like, I feel like this fight's going to be very much, it's either going to be Chimaev comes out and just cooks DDP, which, let's be real, would be kind of, I don't want to see it happen, but it would also be kind of cool if it happened. It would be like crazy at the same time, but I don't want to see it happen, but it would be crazy at the same time. But I do think that like this fight is going to be similar to like a Usman Chimaev fight or a Burns Chimaev fight, and it's going to get dragged out into this war. And if it gets dragged out like that into the 4th and 5th round against DDP, I think DDP is going to be able to finish him. So I'm going to go DDP to finish him in the 4th round, TKO. Chimaev's, getting hit with big shots. He's starting to slow down, and Dricus is just putting it on him, and the ref has seen enough and then stops it. So we'll see. It's going to be a crazy fight. I'm really excited to watch this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, this breakdown. Obviously, we are going to have the recap of this event coming up soon on the channel. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Again, we're on our way to catch up. Ideally, we get to 1,000 subscribers and I can monetize this channel, which would be cool. Make like $1 off of every one of these videos I make. Then we'd be rolling in it. But yeah, if you guys want to support the channel, like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Deuces. If you have any improvements on how to make the videos better, let me know. See ya.